Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cherokee Schools HBCU, HSI, and NASI Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. Remember to use the Q&A button to have any questions asked for the panel this evening. Your camera microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of many sessions happening this evening, so there'll be other ones happening after this one as well. Other than that, presenters, you can take over and have a wonderful evening. First up, we're going to have Adams State University.
Good evening. Welcome to Adams State, home of the Grizzly. This is Boomer, our mascot. Adams State has a number of wonderful things that I can tell you about, but I will start out by saying that we are the least expensive four-year institution in the state of Colorado. Our cost is $18,000 a year, and that does include room and board, so your dorm room and your food, plus your fees and tuition. So the only thing on top of that you would have as an expense would be books. We also have a very, very liberal acceptance policy. I can guarantee you right now admittance if your GPA is at 2.7 or above, but no worries. We do take GPAs down as low as 2.0. We might just ask you to write a personal statement explaining why your GPA might be that low and what you're going to do to improve it, because we don't want you to come to Adams, spend a lot of money, and then not be successful. The last of the three biggies that we talk about is that we have about 2,000 kids on campus, and that gives you a class size of about 10 or 12 students per class. The max that would be in there would be 15. So it's probably less than what you have in your high schools right now. It also allowed us to do social distancing. So we were one of the few colleges that did in-person learning all semester. And we started out the second semester in-person learning. We also give in-person tours. We have virtual tours too, if you're more comfortable with that. But we also have in-person tours, which I strongly recommend that you come on campus and see what it's like. We do have three different ways to go to class. The first is going in person, because we have that available. The second is we run a live stream. So it's almost like being there without being there. You can sit in your dorm room, your apartment. You can hear what the professor is saying. You can hear what the other students are asking. You can interact with them. So it's almost just like being there without being there. And then the third one is to watch the video. That's non-interactive, obviously. And I don't think it's nearly as effective as when you have in-person or the live streaming. But we do have three different ways for you to view classes. We are a four-year institution, but we are not a teaching research institution. While our professors do research, that's not their primary goal. So when you do go to class, you will have an actual professor, not a grad assist, not a teaching assistant. You will have the actual professor that will come in and teach the class, and you are not an ID number. You are not a clicker number. You actually have a name because the class sizes are so small. And that's good news, bad news. If you have missed something and you haven't been going to class and you come in and talk to the professor, they might give a little tough love and say, well, you know, if you came to class, you might have picked up on it, but they will still work with you. And another great thing is that we offer free tutoring. We provide the tutor and pay for them. We provide the building and the room for you to be tutored in, so you don't have to worry about a strange person coming to your apartment or coming to your dorm room. And the tutors are trained to teach the same way the professor would teach, so that you're learning it the same way as if the professor was doing a one-on-one with you. And that's the only way to learn it, because if you learn it a different way and the professor does it another way, that's not going to help you at all. The first 2 years that you're at Adams State, you are required to stay on campus. We have a number of different types of living arrangements. As a freshman, you have your choice between living in a suite dorm or a traditional dorm room. Suite dorms are 2 rooms put together, connected by a bathroom. And then the traditional is having a larger room with a bathroom down the hall. Either it's strictly a preference thing. I always encouraged my kids when they went to school, and I did it myself when I was at school. I did the traditional dorm room, because if you do a suite room, you're responsible for cleaning bathrooms. And I, to this day, hate to clean bathrooms. You're also responsible for providing your own toilet paper, hand soap, paper towels, that type of thing for that bathroom. Whereas if you live in the traditional dorm, those bathrooms are cleaned 2 or 3 times a day, and they're always supplied and resupplied. So there are obvious pluses and minuses to both. Once you have completed your freshman year, there are also on-campus apartments you can live in. Those can be a money saver as well, because once you move into an on-campus apartment, you're not required to buy a meal plan. So if you're looking to save a little bit money, it is cheaper to go to the store and buy groceries, but then you have to cook your own food as well. So there are a number of different options that you can have. Freshmen are allowed to have cars on campus, and we don't charge to have cars on campus. So there are, we make you register your car, but we don't charge you to have it on campus like some of the bigger colleges do. I'm trying to find out if my time's up. I think it is. Is that correct?
Yes, your time is up.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right,
Thank
next, you're welcome. Next, we're going to have Humboldt State University.
Just seeing if, there we go, my current slide. Okay. Are y'all able to see that? Oh, let's see.
It's up. You can see it.
It's up? Okay, great. Thank you so much. I was like, I don't know if people can hear me or see it. All right, I'm going to start. Thank you so much. My name is Vanessa. I'm an admissions counselor and a proud alum from Humboldt State University. I am joined here with our VP of Enrollment Management, Dr. Jason Merriweather. He covered for me for this event a couple years ago and was able to come on over to Colorado and meet the amazing people at Cherry Creek School District, and he's hooked. He's coming every year. So
Everyone.
yeah, thank you. All right, so just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview of what Humboldt State is, we are a part of the Cal State University over in California. There's 23 campuses all along California, and we hold it down in Northern California in Arcata. It's a smaller rural college town right tucked in between the beautiful redwoods and the ocean's just minutes away. When I was a student there, one of my favorite aspects of this university was definitely the size. We are smaller to medium when you compare the CSUs, but our average classroom size, yes, is 28, but when you become a junior, senior, they get even smaller. And I really love the relationships that I built with professors. You really get to know them and your advisors, and they're a great resource, not only during your academic experience at Humboldt State, but following it. I'm still friends with all my faculty and advisors that I connected with, and they're great resources for, advice and mentoring, resumes and letters of recommendations, as well as networking. So that's definitely something that I personally and many students really love that aspect. All right, one of my favorite slides for my Colorado students is the fact that we offer the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. And what I love about our program is it's automatic every year. You don't have to worry about meeting a certain GPA, or is it a scholarship and will it renew? Yes, that price that you see, which with that almost cuts your tuition in half. Jason, definitely feel free to hop in here. I know that we're looking at getting approval to drop that tuition down.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love to talk. If you can click the slide to get in the middle. So just real quick on WUI, one of the things that we really appreciate at Humboldt State is we're very much an affordable university. In addition to all the quality parts of the experiences, Vanessa shared, we're a Hispanic serving institution. And actually this fall, once we seat our freshman class, we will be a full majority minority institution, which is really exciting because the demographics are shifting with the state and with the students that we recruit. As a WUI state, this Western Undergraduate Exchange Program means that from out of state, from Colorado in particular, you get 150% tuition. We're actually reducing that to 125%. That price will put you at more affordable than any public four-year or private four-year institution, even in the state of Colorado. And we have a direct flight from Denver to Arcata. It's to Eureka Airport, that you could take a direct flight and be there in about 2 hours, which we're really excited about. I'll turn it back over to you, Vanessa.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, those direct flights, that cost, it's definitely one of the biggest benefits that we see for our students. So I know we got a little bit of time, but I always love to mention the fact that we really are leaders in sustainability and social justice. These principles are interweaved within our curriculum, but it's also within our culture on campus and within our community. And a lot of our faculty and students have projects and research and amazing efforts that are not only happening in our community, but happening all across the nation and even globally. So pretty amazing things that you get to experience. And then I also like to mention our Native American community. Our campus is on Wiyot land. We have 13 different tribes within our area, and it's a really powerful and unique aspect of our education and our community that we have here at Humboldt.
And one more thing, we also have the largest population of Native and tribal students of any campus in the state of California, and our Indian Tribal Education Personnel Program. I figured out those last two P's. I couldn't remember them earlier. The ITEP program is one of the oldest support programs for Native American students in the country, and is a foundational program with academic advisors, academic support, and lots of cultural and rich heritage that truly honors the tribal history, present, and future of Humboldt State University.
Yeah, yes, definitely. So here on this slide, you will see that we have 3 different colleges and quite a range of majors. We're really advocates for that hands-on learning experience and getting involved in the community and the needs of the community within whichever field that you're in. And so definitely recommend checking those out for more details on that. Within your program. We do have the option to double major, to add a minor. You can have an emphasis within your major. I know I get a lot of questions. What's the emphasis? What's the concentration? So we could take business, for example. You can get more focused within that field and add a concentration like marketing, international, etc. I got to give some love to our campus life, because that is a huge part of the experience as well, whether it's your clubs, student organizations, if you're an athlete. We have some amazing support programs and cultural centers as well to enrich that experience and get you connected to those different communities. I personally was a part of EOP my freshman year, and that was an amazing program. Being a first-gen low-income student, I didn't know what this world was all about. It was a little intimidating. And so really just taking that initiative to reach out to these programs and reach out to these resources, because they are there to help you and guide you through this experience. And then lastly, I know I'm coming down to my last minute, but I always want to mention our housing options for freshmen, transfers, and returners. No matter where you're at in the process, we got a home for you, and you're right in the beautiful Redwoods, which is it's a pretty nice place to call home. And with the presentation that I have in the view, I'm not sure if I can see your face, so definitely let me know if I'm getting to my time. But
you have 40 seconds left.
Ooh, okay, I see that as a challenge. Let's go. So we just showed you this amazing place that y'all can check out and call home. And how do you get there? So these are our requirements for freshmen graduating high school, those A to G, and we aren't requiring test scores, so we are going to rely on your GPA. So definitely, if you want to take a little screenshot or check out our website. We do also have the option for lower and upper division transfers. So no matter where you're at in the academic process, you can transfer on over. I just recommend connecting with your transfer center and with me, and we'll get you all ready to go. I know it's a lot of info in a short amount of time, so I really encourage students, go onto these colleges' website. They do a lot of efforts, especially in this virtual climate, to provide all of these resources. And then lastly, here's our contact info. I put it in the chat as well, but you can put your phone up to the QR code. You can follow Dr. Jason Merriweather on Instagram and just stay in touch with us. And we really appreciate your time.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Humboldt State. Remember, if you do have any questions from any of the colleges this evening at all, please feel free to use the Q&A area and put questions there that can answer for you throughout this evening as well. So next, we're going to have New Mexico Tech.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I will give a quick presentation. So we wish we could meet you all in person, but definitely glad we can connect with you guys virtually. So at New Mexico Tech, we are definitely proud of our rankings. We're really well known for our engineering. We're ranked #4 for best Hispanic serving university in America. We're always ranked in the top 1% for our best value for engineering and our physics programs. So we do have a whole bunch of rankings. If you're interested in looking more in depth to that, definitely check it out on our website. Some history and facts about New Mexico Tech. We were founded in 1889 as New Mexico School of Mines. We did change our name in 1951 to New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology. That is still our official name, but we go by New Mexico Tech for short. So we've been around for a very, very long time. We offer bachelor's, master's, doctoral degrees in science and engineering. A fun fact about New Mexico Tech, 98% of our full-time faculty have their PhD, so you're really learning from the best. Also, research opportunities are abundant on our campus, so you can get a jump start into research as early as your freshman year if you are proactive. And then we're located in Socorro, which is about a 7-hour, depends how fast you drive, I guess, to get there, right down I-25 from Denver. We're also in a rural town, so excellent mountain biking, also hiking areas near us. Admission requirements, we do require a 2.5 GPA. This year we are test optional, so we were not requiring the ACT or SAT scores. We haven't made a decision for next year, but we are leaning towards being test optional. So all we will require is the your high school transcripts. We also honor dual credit, AP credit, and any IB credit. So if you have any questions on that, I will throw my information in the chat and we can discuss what will directly transfer over to New Mexico Tech. And then we are a small university, so a little under 1,700 students that are degree seeking students on our campus. Undergraduates, a little over 1,200 students. Student faculty ratio is 12:1, so you really get to know your peers in your department really well. Also, the faculty will know you on a first name basis, which is really great when it comes to getting recommendation letters, but it's also not so great if you don't show up to class. They usually do reach out to you and make sure everything's okay. And then our average class size is about 25 students. Largest class size is 60 students, and that's freshman chemistry. A lot of students do test out of freshman chemistry with AP and dual credit. Smallest class size would be 1, and that's doing an independent study with the professor, so working on some type of research. And then average lab class size is 12 students. These are all of our engineering programs. We're really well known for engineering. Biggest programs on campus right now are mechanical engineering, computer science engineering, and electrical engineering. We are a very hands-on university. They compete in a lot of engineering design team competitions. You will usually have a junior and senior design project associated with whatever program you're in. We also have accelerated bachelor's and master's degree options for a few of our departments, and those are indicated by the asterisk. College of Arts and Sciences. So we definitely have all your basic science programs. Biomedical is one of our kind of our newest department that's kind of booming. We're really well known for our physics. We're actually only one of 5 universities in the entire country that offers astrophysics and atmospheric physics. They do a lot of research anywhere from environmental all the way to medical research within our arts and sciences program. So direct cost, as a Colorado resident, you are going to pay in-state tuition. We do have a reciprocity agreement for all Colorado students. So definitely look at the first column. Tuition and fees for an entire year is a little under $8,500. Room and board is kind of worst case scenario. That is factoring in an apartment style dorm as well as a higher meal plan. So if you get a traditional style dorm with the mid to lower meal plan, you can easily cut about $2,000 off of that. So you're looking anywhere between $15,000 to $17,000 per year to attend a nationally ranked science and engineering university. Also scholarships. So like I said, you will get the Colorado reciprocity just by meeting our requirements, which would give you in-state tuition. We do stack our first-time freshman scholarships on top of that scholarship. So a lot of our students, even out-of-state students, graduate with zero to little debt at New Mexico Tech. Any financial aid will also stack on top. Any other external scholarships will also stack. And this year we were test optional, so we only required transcripts for your scholarship. So we solely awarded on GPA only. And then if you're interested in other visits, if I didn't answer all your questions tonight, you can sign up for a one-on-one chat. We also have an information session with a live virtual campus tour that we offer once a month. And I will throw my information in the chat. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, New Mexico Tech. Now we're going to have University of California-Irvine.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Huma Medina-Walla. I'm the Assistant Director of Freshman Evaluation at the University of California-Irvine. For those of you that may not know, the UC system has 9 sister campuses. UC Irvine is one of those 9 sister campuses. We're located in Southern California, an hour south of LA and about an hour north of San Diego, as you can see on this map here. On this slide, you'll see some of our accolades in terms of where we are in the state and also in the nation. So we're ranked number 8 public university in the United States, number 1 cool school for sustainability. So a lot of our lecture halls have solar panels on them to really create a sustainable campus that's eco-friendly for the environment as well. Our overall enrollment for the campus is over 30,000 students, undergraduate students specifically, a little over 6,000 graduate. Our 1-year retention rate is 93% and 4-year graduation rate is 68%. You'll see a big difference between the 4-year and the 6-year rate. On average, it takes students 4 years and a quarter. So that's why the 6-year graduation rate is a little higher, sitting at 83%. Something that we're very proud of on our campus is really striving to be a minority thriving institution. So we are a Hispanic serving institution and a Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institution. We also just came out with a UCI Black Thriving Initiative. All of these initiatives and these designations are really important to our campus, as one of our strategic pillars is to really increase diversity on the campus and have UCI be a reflection of what the state of California looks like. So with that, a lot of these designations and the initiatives, we work very closely with our Office of Inclusive Excellence. So really making sure that when students are transitioning from high school, that transition is very seamless, but also they feel supported through faculty, through staff, and through their peers. We offer mentorship. We offer a lot of identity-based resource centers and a lot of different first-generation initiatives. So we have a book loan program and really a lot of different variations of support so that students don't feel alone through this really big leap from high school to college. The minimum requirements for the UC system as a whole. So all of these requirements are the same for the UC system. So for any campus that you're applying to, we're all on one application. You'll just check off which campuses you want to share your application with. So the minimum UC GPA for non-resident or out-of-state students is a 3.4. That GPA only factors in 10th and 11th grade. And we require what's called the A through G course requirements. They're essentially subject requirements in different subject areas. Most of you all will meet those requirements, as usually they're in line with your high school's graduation requirements. For testing, UCI is a test-free campus, so we are not using the SAT or ACT exams for comprehensive review, selection, and scholarships. However, when students are enrolled and they do get into UCI, they are able to submit those SAT, ACT, and SAT subject exams to use towards class placement or towards their graduation requirements to graduate early from UCI. So academic life, picking your major is very important. At UC Irvine, you do get a first choice and a second choice major. The way that our campus is structured, we have 14 academic schools. Within each school, there's a variety of majors, and each individual school does their own academic advising, which is very key. We've learned that having your own set of counselors that are familiar with all of the different majors within your department really helps you succeed, but also helps them keep you on track to graduate. So this has really helped a lot of our students. There's each individual school will have their own initiatives, their own path to graduation. In line with that, our campus layout is actually structured along with those 14 academic schools. So the entire campus is built around a 21-acre park in Aldrich. It's called Aldrich Park. Around the park are different academic units or academic schools. So they're very centralized. So it's really easy for students to jump from classes, but also to really stay unified within the school that they're in and the classes that they're taking. In terms of what we offer beyond the classroom, so undergraduate research is a huge thing on our campus. We're a top tier research institution. About 73% of our students participate in undergraduate research before they graduate. So you don't have to wait to be a senior or to be in grad school to do research. You could do hands-on research from the minute you step foot on our campus, which I think is great. You get to work alongside your professors, your faculty, your staff, work alongside with them on some really groundbreaking research. Getting involved, so we do offer over 600 clubs and organizations. They vary from cultural, professional, special interest, academic. We always host an anteater involvement fair because we're the home of the anteaters at the beginning of every year, so students can really come out and figure out what they want to get involved in. And we also host fairs throughout so that students can continue and continue in sustained involvement. So Irvine is located in Orange County, so we're 10 minutes away from the beach. We do see 281 sunny days per year, so about 75 degrees most of the time, and we have been ranked the safest city by the FBI for 14 years running. So thank you all so much for having us here, and we hope to see you on our campus soon.
Thank you so much, University of California-Irvine. Remember, if you do have any questions, once again, for any of our reps this evening at all, please put those questions in the Q&A area, and they'll be happy to answer those and conversate with you through that as well. All right, next, we're going to have University of Central Florida.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here joining you for this program. So my name is Kiana Machado. I serve as one of the senior assistant directors for the University of Central Florida. So we are located in sunny Orlando, Florida. So just to give you some context about our location, we're located near some of the major theme parks in the state. So about less than half an hour away from Disney, SeaWorld, Aquatica, about 2 hours west of Busch Gardens. So just a lot of fun attractions within our area. Now, UCF is recognized nationally as the best Valley University by Forbes and Kiplinger's, and one of the most innovative schools by US News and World Report. Now, we are a large institution. We're one of the largest in the nation, the largest here in the state of Florida. We currently do have about 71,000 students, but really that size has allowed us at the university to provide our UCF Knights, as we call them, with various opportunities ranging from majors to student life, organizations, and involvement. So as far as majors, we do offer over 90 undergraduate degrees ranging from the humanities, sciences, performing arts. If you can name it, we probably have it for you at UCF, or if not, definitely have a way to get you into that career field. We also offer over 100 minors that can complement these degree programs. Now, being a large institution, we are a research and partnership institution. So as far as available, and actually have our Office of Undergraduate Research that our UCF students can connect with. And we're also very large, proud, diverse institution. About 1 in 4 of our UCF Knights is the first in their families to attend a college or university. And over 40% of our student population does identify as a minority, with about 27% of these being Latino or Hispanic. And even though we are large by size, we're able to maintain an average class size of just about 28 students. Now, we have a number of different on-campus opportunities available for students. While it's not required to live on campus, it's definitely encouraged. We have about 11 on-campus neighborhoods, as well as over 20 living learning communities. That's where we house students together based upon areas of interest, majors, or minors. Some of the ones that we have right now, we have one for honors college students, one for lead scholars, which is just a different organization that we have at UCF, even one for Healthy Nights, for those that want to lead that healthy lifestyle. Now, as far as student life, we are a very active campus. We do have over 650 clubs and organizations that range from social to academic to honor societies. Just like with our majors, if you can name it, we probably have that club for you at the university. And if we don't, as a UCF student, you can also begin your own organization. And for the first year, you are fully funded by our UCF Student Government Association. Now, we have some fun traditions on our campus. The one I'd like to point out is Spirit Splash, which you have a visual of it here on the slide. It takes place in our reflecting pond, which is in my background. It's actually the one day of the year that you can go into the pond and not be charged for trespassing. It's a very fun event for our community. Our students come out, our mascot Nitro does some crowd surfing, as you can see as well. And then above all, at UCF, you want to make sure you are academically successful at the university. So we do have support resources in place for our students to help ensure that success. So we have various free peer mentoring opportunities for you, as well as tutoring opportunities. So we have our math and writing labs. We have our student academic resource center. If you have certain accommodations that you need for your courses, we also have our student accessibility services office. Now, as a Hispanic serving institution, we definitely just want to point out some of the different engagement opportunities that we have for Hispanic or Latinx students. Now, of course, it's not all encompassing because, as I just referenced, we have hundreds of organizations. One that I like to just point out here is Crear Futuros, or Creating Futures. It's a peer mentorship program for Hispanic or Latinx students. We pair freshmen or sophomores with upper level classmates. Make sure you are getting that assistance that you need to help ease the transition to the university. And then we do have first generation programs available that help you with scholarships, find different financial aid resources, planning, and different engagement opportunities as well. Now, we do have 4 locations in the Central Florida area. So the top left-hand side is our main campus, which is in East Orlando. Then we have our Rosen College of Hospitality Management, which is ranked amongst the top 5 in the world. Then bottom left, we have UCF Downtown, which is the newest of our campuses. And we have transitioned about 9 majors there. And then last is going to be our Academic Health Sciences campus, or home to the UCF Medical School. Now, as far as funding, because we know that is important for you throughout this college process, we do offer merit scholarships to incoming freshmen to help aid with some of those costs associated with attending the university, and of course with the out-of-state tuition and fees. So right now, roughly per year for out-of-state residents, it is about $38,000. That does include tuition fees, room and board, as well as books. Now, with our merit scholarships, we do automatically consider all freshmen admitted for the summer or fall semesters for these opportunities. We encourage you to apply early though, because typically by early January of that senior year, we don't have as much of this funding remaining for students. And it can be somewhat competitive to be offered a scholarship. We only offer these to about 25% of our incoming freshmen, but there are other sources of aid available as well. So through our financial aid office, for example, we have something called Access to Opportunities, or A2O, which you can go on there, and just a database for different scholarships that are only available to UCF Knights. And then I know my time is almost up, but we do have different ways to connect with us. So here we do have our website that is full of tons of resources for you. We have a full-blown presentation on there for you, a virtual campus tour, financial aid videos, housing videos, and much more. And if you want to connect with a current UCF night, we do have a live student panel taking place every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And if you have any questions about UCF, our staff is more than happy to assist in any way that we can. Here you have both our email address as well as our phone number. And thank you.
Thank you so much, University of Central Florida. Next, we're going to have University of the Redlands.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sebastian Brown. I'm with the University of Redlands here in Southern California. I am actually a Cherry Creek School District graduate who came straight to Redlands, so can certainly share a rather personal experience about going from Colorado to California. But I'm excited to share a little bit more about the University of Redlands, and I will share all of my contact information there in the chat for you all. So the University of Redlands is a small private liberal arts and sciences institution. Like I said, we are in Southern California. We are about an hour and a half inland from the LA area, meaning that our students have access within 90 minutes to the beach, the mountains, the desert, and Disneyland, all equidistant to campus. So yes, it is possible to do all four of those in one day. To put things in Colorado lingo, imagine that Redlands is kind of in like the Boulder area. The LA area is pretty much Denver Central, and then the beaches or San Diego would be close to what would be an approximation of like San Diego. So there's certainly a lot of access just given our central location here in Southern California. And of course, having it be about 75 degrees today on campus in the middle of March is a huge benefit. So here at the University of Redlands, we're about 2,500 undergraduate students that come from all over. We're about 30% out-of-state or international students, and our third largest out-of-state population does come from the great state of Colorado. Here at Redlands, we have over 120 clubs and organizations, and that is a huge part of who our students are and what they do in their free time, whether it's joining academic honor societies, our Greek life chapters, participating in any one of our 21 varsity athletic programs or intramural sports, taking part in outdoor programs and getting a hike in the afternoon, or going skiing in the morning and surfing in the evening, all in one day. We're also very proud of the diversity that we offer on campus. We're about 35% first generation students, so the first in their families to go to college, and about 40% students of color. Now, a big part of campus living and leadership is obviously living on campus. And so we here at the University of Redlands actually guarantee your housing all 4 years. You're obviously not going to commute from Colorado every day or every week. So having that safety net and knowing that you always have a place to live on our campus in one of our 14 residential halls is a great way to ensure a close-knit and tight-knit community here at the University of Redlands. We also want to ensure your academic success. And so Redlands does offer 2 hours of tutoring per subject per week, which is usually about 4 courses in a semester. And that is included in your tuition here at Redlands. Now, a big part of the Redlands experience is being a global citizen. We send over half of our students abroad at some point during your 4 years, and there's a couple reasons why. The first is that your tuition follows you overseas. So regardless of where you go around the world, it's as if you're financially on our campus, you're just not physically on campus for that semester. And we don't limit students to specific countries and or cities around the world. We also have a unique calendar system here that is a 4-4-1. So it's a 4-month fall semester from September to December and a 4-month spring from January until April. That is our school year. Our students have an entire 4-month summer break, all of May, June, July, and August, which really gives our students a leg up, especially for summer jobs or internships, and the ability to leverage 4 months of their time to really get their feet wet and their hands dirty in those engaging and hands-on learning experiences. Now here at Redlands, being a smaller institution, our average class size is 18 students and our student to faculty ratio is 13-to-1. I mentioned that we're a liberal arts and sciences institution, which essentially means all of our students come in undecided or undeclared, and they have until the end of their second year to officially choose their major and minor. A few that I'll point out that are a little different and you may not find at other institutions. For example, we have our business and education 4+1 programs. So you receive a 4-year bachelor's degree, as well as in that 5th and final year, either your master's in education and your teaching credential, or if you do the business program, that includes an MBA. We also have a program called the Johnston Center for Integrative Studies. Johnston is a bit of a non-traditional approach to your education in which students actually create their very own major. A great example is we had a student who knew he wanted to work for NASA, any means necessary, and had no interest in being an engineer or an astronaut. So rather than going down a more STEM focus, he actually had a passion for politics and law. And so he studied political science, public policy, international relations, global business, physics, and astronomy. And Johnston students, because they make the program for themselves, they get to name it as well. So his degree is legitimately in astropolitics, and he is currently a lobbyist for NASA in Washington, D.C. today. Now, as far as what will get you to Redlands, we do have 2 central deadlines, November and January. Redlands is a test optional institution. As far as transcripts and requirements and all that, pretty similar to most other schools. We do also provide fee waivers for students upon request. Now, of course, being an out-of-state institution, but also private, means that you do not pay any sort of out-of-state tuition. It's the same for all of our students. And being a private institution doesn't have to mean that it's not affordable. Redlands was actually a cheaper option for me to attend than going to CU Boulder and staying in state. And that included my flights to and from home every year. That's because we offer a $32,000 merit scholarship for students. We also have things like our San Manuel Excellence in Leadership Scholarship for Native students, and that is a full tuition opportunity. So essentially a full ride to Redlands for our Native students that are leaders in their Native communities. The last thing I will share with you all is the importance, both financially and in terms of your time, in graduating in 4 years and no more. Here at Redlands, we have our 4-year promise, which we guarantee students will graduate in 4 years, or we cover the cost of tuition for any courses taken after that time. Again, here are a couple more ways to stay in touch. I encourage you to do a virtual visit with any of our students or to schedule a meeting with me. Thanks.
All right, we'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight's event. Rep, you did a wonderful job. We appreciate all what you do for us as well. Remember, after this session ends, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. And remember, there's also another session to sign up for after this one as well. So you all please enjoy your evening, and thank you so much for coming. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you all.